handout. This editorial is from, as usual, the Hindu paper. And what is it about? There is a context, relevance. It is related to what? The manifesto of the BJP party. It is related to politics. It is related to elections. And right now, elections in the limelight. So a relevant topic. But the very heading, not easy to understand. We'll see the heading. First, I'll start with the Hindu Editorial Analysis for what? For proficiency in English. That is objective. And some students may think, sir, you're not touching the information part. Let me clarify. We have only 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, it is not possible to touch the information dimension and to touch the language dimension. Practically impossible. I can touch one of the two. And from bank exams point of view, what is more important? Language dimension. If I'm dealing with IAS aspirants, my focus will be on information, not at all on the language dimension. Do you know the difference? They want information, you need language. So here we don't bother about the information. That is not the focus area. Your job and my job is to tell you the words, the meanings that will help you in the exam, and talk about grammar aspects or other dimensions related to the language. And the very first, the heading, what is the first word? Underline the word blinkers. Blinkers, you may not know. Blinkers on, the BJP manifesto. Here itself you get stuck. You want to read the editorial, you see the headline, blinkers on the BJP manifesto. You start wondering, what is this blinkers on? Now you can see the picture of which animal? Horse. And these are what we call blinkers. These are also known as blinders. The horse has two things. And what is the reason? When they are kept next to the eyes of the horse can see only straight. It cannot see this side, it cannot see that side. That means its vision is complete or incomplete, full or not full. Only one direction. It is not a holistic approach. It is not 360-degree approach. It is not a bird's eye view. That is the idea here. So from the heading, what do you understand? The BJP manifesto has not taken everything into consideration. It has focused on one particular aspect, and that is compared to what? Blinkers. Means not completely visual, it is only part of it, part of the actual image. The BJP, what is the meaning of the word manifesto? Manifesto means what? The policy statement. Don't write, I will show. If you take any party, every party has, before elections, they release the manifesto of the party. So manifesto means the party has certain policies. They say we will do this, we will do that, we will give you this, we will give you that. All these things are part of manifesto. And the word manifesto, very popular. A lot of you may be knowing the meaning of that particular word. Now we'll see the second side heading. This is a heading, side heading. The BJP's manifesto is unabashed. Underline the word unabashed. Means shameless. Shameless. Also write the word, first you write the word shameless. Then you write the word brazen. Then you write the word audacious. What is the word? Audacious, not correct. Audacious. Brazen, shameless, audacious. Means they have not been sensible enough to come up with that manifesto. They touched one particular aspect and they wanted to project it shamelessly. That's what it means. It's a negative word. Now we'll see, we'll go to the, first you write the meaning of the word manifesto. Manifesto means what? Policy statement related to a party. Policy statement. Write only the meaning of the word manifesto. Let me read out the sentence. Have you written? The Bharatiya Janata Party's election manifesto offers glimpses. Glimpses means partial view or a quick view. I'll show the meaning, just listen. Glimpses of its understanding of India and its vision for India. So manifesto offers glimpses of the party's understanding of what? One is India, and what is the other one? It's a vision for India. Generally in the manifesto, they talk about the offers, and they also talk about in which direction they want to take the country. That is known as a vision. What is the vision? And this vision is usually for 30 years, 40 years. And what do they want to do? Where do they want to place the country after 40 years, after 50 years? Then we use the word vision. Okay? Now write the meaning of the word glimpses. A momentary or partial view. Glimpse means a momentary or partial view. Quick look. Glimpse also means quick look. Try to write quickly. We don't have a lot of time. Have you written? Next. So the first sentence talks about what? What exactly the manifesto of the BJP party offers. Second sentence. It is a reiteration of the party's three-point agenda of nationalism, welfare of the poor, and good governance. So it talks about three dimensions. What is the first one? Nationalism. What is the second one? Welfare of the poor. And third, good governance. But here underline the word reiteration. Reiterate, write the meaning of the word, that word. Reiterate is a verb form, reiteration, noun form. Means what? Saying something again, once or several times. Once or several times, saying something again. Have you written? That's wonderful. Now we'll see the next one. Prepared after consultation with a wide range of people. So manifesto generally they talk to people from the cross section of the society. The intellectuals, the business people, the poor people, the downtrodden, all these people, they take the inputs, then they prepare the manifesto. It is not something they do overnight. A lot of research goes into that. Prepared after consultation with a wide range of people and released days before the polls start, the manifesto is to that extent a welcome contrast. To that extent, what extent? This time they released before the polls start. But last time, when the elections were on, that time they released. The next part of the sentence talks about that. So prepared after consultation with a wide range of people and released days before the polls start, the manifesto is to that extent a welcome contrast with 2014, when the BJP did not release it until the first phase of polling was underway. They did not release before, they released while it was underway. That way it is a welcome contrast. Underline welcome contrast, what is it? Please write phrase. Also write, underline underway. That is also a phrase, expression. Then he talks about this manifesto. What is a manifesto in general and what is this manifesto? A manifesto is important not for being a catalogue of vote catching. Underline the word catalogue. What is a catalogue? When you go to a shop, you see the catalogue, means you see the products and the prices. That is called a catalogue. He says it is important not for being a catalogue of vote catching. Tall promises. Tall promises means not practical, not feasible promises, but as a document that explains the direction that a party proposes for the country. So it is not important because of that catalogue of vote catching. It is important why? Because it explains the direction that a party proposes for the country. The party proposes a direction. That direction is very important. That way, manifesto is important. Now write the meaning of tall promise. One is difficult to believe. Second, you write difficult to implement. Difficult to implement, a tall promise. I'm sorry. Have you written? So, tall promises, but as a document that explains. So I've read out. The BJP manifesto needs scrutiny. Underline, write the meaning. Scrutiny means what? Critical observation or examination. Scrutinize. Scrutiny. Critical observation or examination. The manifesto has to be scrutinized. Have you written? So why? The BJP manifesto needs scrutiny for more reasons. What are those reasons? It must be judged against its performance in government for 5 years, the first thing, and also in comparison with the manifestos of other parties, particularly the Congress. So based on these, we have to scrutinize. One, its performance in the government for 5 years. The second, where does it stand when we compare with the manifestos of other parties, especially Congress party. In promising welfare for the people, economic growth and material development, the BJP manifesto is not drastically different from the others. Every party talks about that. Every party talks about what? Economic development, well-being of the poor people. So it is not different that way. Underline the word drastically, and what is the meaning of that? Extremely or severely. Drastically different means extremely different or severely different. More or less the same. What does it mean? Other parties, BJP party, more or less the same. When it comes to well-being of the people, economic development. But its clarity on what makes the party distinct is remarkable. This is a very good sentence. But its clarity on what makes the party distinct is remarkable. Already I've got the word remarkable. Means what? What is it? Extraordinary, outstanding, and something like unique, remarkable performance. Outstanding. What is that distinct? The BJP's deep yearning. That is a very good word. Please write the meaning of, first write the meaning of the word distinct. Distinct means what? Clearly noticeable. Clearly noticeable. The next word is an important word. Write the meaning of the word yearning. Yearning means what? Strong desire or longing. Longing means strong desire. You want something badly. Longing for a car means what? You have the desire to have a car. Longing for the bank job in this context. Okay. Have you written the meaning? So the BJP's deep yearning for the reshaping of India into a cultural monolith. This is very difficult to understand. First, mono means what? Only one. Here monolith means general, literal meaning, a single huge rock. It goes with rocks. But in this context, it means a single organization or country or company, and which is impersonal. Nothing personal here. So write the meaning. A large and impersonal social structure. A large and impersonal social structure. It could be a company, it could be an organization, it could be a country. In this context, social structure. Cultural monolith means what? Homogeneous, not heterogeneous. So the BJP's deep yearning for the reshaping of India into a cultural monolith, which it projects as essential for progress, is clear. So BJP party thinks this cultural monolith is essential for the country to progress. That is the party's view. Unlike in 2009 and 2014, this manifesto is not expansive on the party's cultural agenda, but it stated resolve to mainstream the people of the Northeast, its hardline approach on Jammu and Kashmir, and the recurring theme of an unforgiving state as a hallmark of a new India, all point towards a hardened nationalist course if the party were to retain power. See, one sentence, how does it look? All this is only one sentence. It's like a paragraph. In the exam, imagine they give a sentence like this and multiple errors. What will happen? You will see stars. Very simple. Am I right? First, it takes a lot of time to understand where to pause, where not to pause, and what is the subject, how many clauses are there, how many phrases are there. But if you get used to these, then you can manage. That is the reason why we say read the Hindu editorials. What is the reason? On and off, you come across very lengthy sentences. Frankly speaking, to be candid, sometimes those are good at English. Even the professionals, even I read sometimes a few sentences twice to understand the meaning of the sentence. One shot you cannot understand. No one can understand. This one, perhaps easy, but sometimes you come across. especially if you take sentences from the Economist magazine. You have to read once, twice, thrice. You cannot understand immediately. But what is the idea here? When you practice go through a lot of sentences like these, or read a lot of sentences like this, you get used. Then it becomes easy for you to make out the meaning of the sentence within no time. That helps in the exam. Now, first you underline the word, write the meaning of the word expansive. Expansive means what? Extensive or sweeping. Sweeping. Extensive or sweeping. And you have got the word mainstream many a time. Mainstream means what? Most of a society. All the people on one particular platform, then we use the word mainstream. Today, if you talk about the tribal people, we say they are not part of the mainstream. They have their own lifestyle and nowhere related to the mainstream of India, distinct culture. Then you write the meaning of hardline approach. Hardline means unwilling to change. Unwilling to change. Then write the meaning of recurring. Recurring means what? Happening many times. Recurring. I think there's one word, a recurring deposit, something like that. So I don't have to tell you the meaning of the word recurring. Then what is the next word? This is a very important word, hallmark. It has got two different meanings. One is, hallmark means when you talk about gold, they put hallmark logo. It talks about the standards of a particular thing. Usually it goes with gold and became very popular in the UK and today followed across the world. And when you buy gold, they ask for the hallmark logo. But in this context, what is the meaning? A typical characteristic of a person or a thing. Please write the meaning of hallmark. A typical characteristic of a person or a thing. Also write the word characteristic or feature. Write the word feature. A typical feature of a person or a thing, distinct to that person. What is the next word? Retain. You all must be knowing retain means what? Continue to have. Continue to have. While the BJP has its alliances, it is also emphatic. Emphatic means what? It comes from the word emphasis. Emphasis means to stress. Emphatic in its pursuit of a majority of its own. Write the meaning of the word pursuit. The action of following or pursuing a particular thing. The action of following or pursuing a particular goal or a particular thing. Have you written? So, though it has taken the support of other parties, but what is its pursuit? To have majority of its own. The manifesto promises a Ram temple in Ayodhya, a national registry of citizens for the entire country, and citizenship to Hindus, Jains, Buddhists, and Sikhs fleeing persecution. That's a very good expression. First, what is the meaning of the word flee? Write the meaning. Flee means to escape. Escape or to run away. Run away from danger, not simply running away. When you come across some danger, you flee. Means what? Escape or run away. And fleeing what? Persecution. That's an important word. Write the meaning. Persecution means oppression, victimization, discrimination. Persecution, victimization, oppression, and discrimination. Treating differently, not giving due respect. When you go to some countries, some people, they don't get the due respect. Then we use the word discrimination, or we also use the word persecution. Okay. So that is part of the manifesto. The BJP government has taken significant measures during the last 5 years to advance this Hindutva agenda. Means what? Based on Hinduism. That is a prime focus area. And what is the meaning of the word agenda? Usually, imagine this is a meeting, we are about to start the meeting, and I ask the question, what is today's agenda? Means what? List of things to be discussed. Please write the meaning. A list of things to be discussed or to be done. Usually it goes with meetings. The emphasis on Narendra Modi is also unmistakable. Underline the word unmistakable. Means what? Distinctive. It stands out. Unmistakable, also write obvious, evident, stand out, distinctive. And it substantiates. Unmistakable means what? Distinctive. How? His name figures 32 times in the manifesto, while BJP figures 20 times. Usually it should be the party's name 32 times and the individual's name 20 times. The other way. So that is unmistakable, that is distinct. The manifesto is boastful. This you have got many a time. What is the meaning? Bragging, right? Boast means brag. Brag means what? You have some position, you talk so much about it, you say it is the best, it is the greatest, something like that. That is called bragging. And there is one idiomatic expression, please write the idiomatic expression. Blow one's own trumpet. You all understand. Blow one's own trumpet. Words bragging, boastful. So boastful of what? The government's performance on the national security front, and runs down, please put a star mark, I haven't underlined, it's a phrasal verb. Based on this I have brought today 5 phrasal verbs. Run down has many meanings. In this context, please write the meaning, criticize. Criticize. I will give the other meanings later. Runs down all previous governments to the extent that it would appear that India assumed superpower status and made strides. This is a very good expression. Make strides means what? Make good progress. Make strides means make good progress. When you write an essay, you have to use words like this. These are known as power words. Make strides in the field of information technology. Make strides in the field of space technology. India is making strides in the field of space technology. India is doing extremely well in sectors ranging from space technology, see they have written, to higher education, almost exclusively on Mr. Modi's watch. The next one, yet the BJP manifesto does not dwell. Dwell you have got many a time. First you write the word dwell means what? To contemplate, to think a lot. Dwell on something. Contemplate, to think a lot. Then you write the word dwelling. Dwelling means a place where you live, but it has become outdated. Dwelling singular, dwellings plural. And then you write the word dweller. The other day you got one expression, plural form. What is that? City dwellers. Remember, city dwellers means those who live in the city. So, too much on Mr. Modi's single most momentous decision. The manifesto did not touch or did not talk about demonetization. That is really strange. They know what could be the reason. Because it made a positive impact or a negative impact. Okay. The document claims to be an account of the current challenges and an ambitious vision. That's also a very good expression. Ambition means what? The desire to achieve something of a higher level. Ambition. Ambitious vision to be realized before 2047, the 100th anniversary of India's independence. Yet it does not mention religious harmony. Harmony means what? Unity, a religious harmony. It doesn't talk about that. As because of this, he talks about the blinkers. See the last but one sentence, please underline and put a star mark. He talks about the manifesto, different dimensions, and this sentence talks about what? Yet it does not mention religious harmony. As a vision statement, the BJP's manifesto is limited in its understanding and blinkered in its vision. Why is it blinkered in its vision? Because it doesn't talk about religious harmony. It focuses on one particular concept, that is cultural monolith. When you talk about cultural monolith, you cannot talk about religious harmony. They are not compatible. So write the meaning of the word blinkered. Blinkered means what? Blinder, something that makes you blind. So manifesto is not a complete picture, it is like a limited vision. Have you got an idea? Now take the handout. I will give you exactly 5 minutes. Look at the activity page. And 5 minutes you try to answer all those. Whatever you know, you answer. After that, I will ask you a question, you can respond. Have you done already? Shall we see? Yes? Or you want some more time? You want some more time? No. So we'll start with match the word to its meaning. You respond. Now it is from your side. I'll read out the word glimpse. A momentary or partial view. Reiterate. What is it? That's very good. Reiterate. I usually reiterate what? The importance of the Hindu editorials. Scrutiny. Critical observation. Drastic. Extreme or severe. drastic change, extreme change. Expansive, extensive and or sweeping. Hallmark, a typical characteristic of a person or a thing, a typical feature of a person or a thing. Boastful, bragging. Now welcome, based on the passage, what is the word? Contrast. And deep, what is the word? Yearning. Why no response? Recurring, theme. Fleeing, persecution. Fleeing what? Persecution. And make, I said very important, strides. An ambitious vision. Religious harmony. And these you get in the closed test. Next time what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the format. I will bring a sentence with a blank and you have to use the appropriate word. That is better, more exam approach. Now, persecution, already I've written a few words, tell me, means what? One is discrimination. Second is victimization. Third is, what is it? Oppression, okay, that is okay, but I wanted to give, write the word prejudice. Oppression, victimization, and discrimination. Prejudice. What is the spelling? Not prejudice, prejudice means what? Biased. Also write the word biased. You could add these words also. Yearning means what? Strong desire. But better word, longing. What is it? Greediness. Spell it out. Ingenious. Inclination. Inclination to some extent. Inclination, it means more interest. Inclination towards something means what? Interest towards something. But here, yearning means what? Imagine you want a bike or you want a two-wheeler and you could not buy it, you have been waiting for it almost 1 year, 2 years. Then the desire becomes more and more. Then we say yearning for a two-wheeler. That is different from inclination. Subtle differences there. And what is the next word? Flee. Flee means what? Escape, run away. Also write to be on the run. At large. To be at large means escaping. Here it has a negative connotation. Flee could be positive or negative. But negative connotation, to be on the run, to be at large. Also, if someone leaves the country and he escapes, what is the word? Write the word fugitive. Fugitive. That is also escaping. From danger, no negative connotation. But from the law, you flee or you escape, then it has the negative connotation. Now, I have brought a few idioms. There you got in the passage tall promises. Based on that, write the meaning of the word. A tall order means a difficult task. Difficult task. It's a tall order means what? It's a difficult task. A hard nut to crack. A difficult problem or a difficult person. Write both. A difficult problem or a difficult person. An uphill task. That also means difficult task. Next one is important. It goes with newspaper English. A Gordian knot means a difficult problem to solve. A complicated problem, very difficult to solve. Usually it goes with government, the groups, cultural groups or unions. Some problem cannot be solved. Then we use the word Gordian knot. Achilles heel the weak point in your personality. Means what? The weak point in one's personality. Someone is very strong, but he has one weakness. That weakness is called Achilles heel. Now, a few phrasal verbs based on run down. In the context run down, what is the meaning you have written? Criticize. But here you write a run down. Usually it goes with backward area. Please write backward or underdeveloped area. A run down area means what? Backward, underdeveloped area. I gave you the other day, run down areas are known as what? Ghettos. Ghettos. And one more meaning, but generally we don't use that particular meaning. These two are related. Please make a note. Run over and run down means to get knocked down by a vehicle, to get knocked down by a bus or by a car. A car knocks you down, a bus knocks you down. Then what do you say? I was run down by a bus, I was run over by a bus. Means the bus hits you and you fall. Got the meaning? Run into. What is the meaning? To meet someone by chance. To meet by chance. I ran into my childhood friend in the theater. I ran into my childhood friend in the theater. Means what? I met him by chance. Run out of. I gave some time back. To use up. To use something completely. To use up. Run after. Run after means chase. Means what? Chase. Run after your dreams means what? Chase your dreams. You keep chasing. I'll stop here for today. Have a nice day. Thank you. Over.